Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another video. And what's today's topic? The Han Solo movie. About a week ago, it was announced that the two directors who are in charge of the film, who are Chris Miller and Phil Lord, the guys who brought us movies like Sunny with a Chance of Meatballs, what was it, 21 Jump Street, and the Lego movie. Those guys were supposed to direct the Han Solo film, and last week it was announced that they got fired by Disney during production. Not fucking good. Not good at all. But since Disney is the giant fucking conglomerate that it is, they have all the monies. They have all the funding in the world. So, who did they get to fill in the gap? They got Ron Howard. And if you guys don't know who Ron Howard is, he's the guy who directed Apollo 13, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Rush. What else did he direct? I think he directed A Beautiful Mind. A lot of artsy-fartsy type films with a couple of minor action ones here and there. The dude is clearly not a scrub. The dude, if you know cinema, is a legend when it comes to directing films. I mean, the dude's got Academy Awards up the ass. He is a fucking legend when it comes to sitting in the director's seat. So, we are in good hands. But what I know for a fact is he's not really known for directing nerdy type films. I mean, the guy does primarily artsy-fartsy type films. But the big old giant butt, the big giant ass in the room is the guy has been a Star Wars fan since the beginning. Since 1977, when the whole fucking phenomenon started. So he's an old school fan. And who better to direct a film about an old school character than an old school fan? You know, the guy who's been there since day one, the guy who's seen the films when, you know, the cast were young during their heyday. So I personally believe the film is gonna be in good hands. I mean, if there's anybody, I mean, there's about a bunch of other directors who could have done it, but if it was going to be somebody, I would rather have it be someone who knows the source material very well, someone who's passionate about the project. I don't want to get just some like new booty fucking director who probably is not going to treat it right, or you know, just kind of go off the deep end, or probably have his own fucking vision about what Star Wars should be and just completely disregards what the fans, you know, have loved and appreciated during their whole, you know, experience with Star Wars. Not to say that the other guys probably were doing something weird with it. I'm pretty sure they were treating the source material very well. I mean, if you've seen the Lego movie, you could catch all the fucking pop culture references in it. I mean, if you've seen the scene where they have like the little council meeting and all the little Lego dudes are all together, and you can see like all kinds of different like fan universes. You saw DC, you saw like Lord of the Rings. I think there was like some Star Trek stuff in there, some pirate stuff, but whatever. I'm getting off topic. The point is, I'm pretty sure the other guys were really, you know, I'm pretty sure they were passionate about the project. It was just probably some creative differences with the studio and them about what they wanted the film to be. I really don't know. I mean, a whole lot of detail hasn't been released by anybody as to why these guys just, why the magic just didn't click. But we got Ron Howard, so I'm definitely not worried about the direction of the film. I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out badass. I mean, since they rebranded the whole Star Wars franchise, I mean, we haven't gotten anything shitty since then. I mean, Episode 7, I loved it. It was badass. A lot of fucking nerds out there are gonna be like, man, it was just an Episode 4 remake and all kinds of other Who cares, dude? Who cares? It's been about 10 years since we got a Star Wars film. So, of course, you gotta reintroduce the new audience. I mean, the last time we made a movie was like, what, 2005 when the Revenge of the Sith came out. Dude, I was a fucking young teen when that movie came out. Some of my siblings weren't even born when that movie came out. So if you've got to like refresh everybody's memory and give us, you know, a little bit of like member berries to kind of remember, oh yeah, that's how Star Wars feels. That's the theme of Star Wars. That's the kind of music we like. That's the kind of effects we like to see. You know, then so what? So what if episode 7 was a rehash of episode 4? Dude, we got to introduce the new crowd. There's a whole bunch of millennial babies that need to be introduced to Star Wars. They probably see the prequels as like grandpa movies. They for sure see the 70s movies as fucking grandpa's movies. So fuck it. Episode 7, I've got no complaints. Couple, but that's for another video for another time. And of course, who didn't like Rogue One? Rogue One, in my opinion, is the best Star Wars movie ever, hands down. And I know what some of you are thinking, but what about Empire? Let me get to that. I loved Empire. Empire is my favorite Star Wars movie and has been since I was a kid. But that's for nostalgic reasons. Now that we got a true Star Wars movie, I mean, this movie was literally a war. It wasn't about fucking ancient wizards and fucking midichlorians and shit. Rogue One was a legit fucking war movie. Casualties everywhere, different battlefronts, no politics involved, just a whole lot of fucking shooting. Like something like that. I guess my fucking neighbors are throwing fireworks and they've been doing that all week. But hey, 4th of July is coming up, so why not? Let's go stock up on some fireworks while we're at it. But yeah, that's my little rant for the evening. What do you guys think? Do you think Ron Howard's gonna do a great job being the new director for the film? Do you think it's a mistake to let these guys go? Because I mean, we've seen their track record with other movies, and it looks like they're really into pop culture. They've been treating their source material very well with other films. Do you think Disney was just being a bunch of fucking, you know, controlling assholes, and they just want to comply with what their agenda was? I don't know. Feel free to leave a comment on the section below. Let's talk about it. You know, let's see what's going on with this film. Me being a die-hard Star Wars fan, I know when I heard this news, I was scared, but Ron Howard's on the project, so let's keep our fingers crossed, man. Let's see if all goes well. So again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video. Let's leave a comment in the section below. Let's talk about what's going on with this film. You know, do you guys have any other ideas who you would have wanted to direct the Han Solo film? Let me know, and I'll catch you guys soon.